So, what is participatory budgeting and how is it done? So, hi folks, my name is Molly and this is Tom. And this video is going to give one example of how an organisation is doing participatory budgeting. So I work for the Cooperative Federation, which is a peak body that looks after a specific kind of social enterprise called cooperatives. I think they're the best. And all of our co-ops are democratically run and owned by the members inside them. But Tom's co-op here has taken things to the next level in terms of participation, and they actually run their budget in a collaborative way. So Tom, would you like to introduce yourself and Cooperative Power?
Yeah, thanks, Molly. And it's great to be having this conversation with the Cooperative Federation today. And yeah, exciting to be able to share a little bit about what we do as a cooperative across the country. So Co-Power, we're an electricity cooperative that provides households with clean and affordable electricity. And our mission is threefold. Firstly, to take meaningful action on climate change. Secondly, to ensure that energy is a human right so that everyone has access to clean, affordable electricity. And lastly, to bring different communities together and build a democratic cooperative to shape the future that we want. Any household across the country can join us by switching their electricity at cooperativepower.org.au.
Thank you, Tom. And we're making this video because a lot of people are interested in participatory budgeting and ask me, how is it actually done in real life? So could you describe to us the way you do it at Cooperative Power?
Yeah, absolutely. So Cooperative Power's participatory budget, or we also call it our democratic budget, gives customer members an equal say where 100% of our revenue goes. So it means that your energy bill can build the future you want. This year in 2023, we're halfway through our participatory budget. So what I might do is share where we've got to so far, and then the opportunities over the next month for customer members to put forward their ideas and shape our strategy and cooperative over the next 12 months. So this year, we've divided our budget into 3 buckets, and those buckets are down here. And where we're at so far is we've had the opportunity, we've worked with our customer members to develop the proposal for this year, and that's been approved. And then customer members have had the opportunity to review these 3 buckets and vote on the allocations of funds to them. So our first bucket of money is our operation budget, which is this year around $100,000. And this is the reinvestment we make back into the cooperative to keep it going. So this includes staff, growth, administration, organising costs, design work. And also this year, we've included paying the rent, which goes in solidarity to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. So customer members were able to review our operation budget, and in the first round of voting, vote to endorse it. And it was great to see, around, I think, 98% of households endorse the operation budget in the first vote. The second 2 buckets, that our customer members were able to allocate the percentage of funds that went to them in the first vote that we had. So the customer members approved the $100,000 operation budget, and there was about another $100,000 left over. So they got to decide which percentage went to our service budget and which percentage went to our impact budget. So the service budget is what we use to help our customer members. We allocate this money to priority areas, which then invest in services over the course of the next year to reduce cost of living pressures, as well as help households get off fossil fuels or deliver major capabilities that help our customer members better engage with a cooperative, like upgrading our billing and payment systems or tracking household energy usage. The third bucket is called our impact bucket, which is what we use to fund good works in our communities. We invest this money into projects run by organisations our members are active in to support causes that are often left out by other major funders like strike funds or climate resistance. So it was really interesting. Last month we ran this vote process and our customer members decided where the vote resulted in allocating that money 50-50 to the service and impact budget. So just over $50,000 was allocated to the service budget and the same to the impact budget.
That's super interesting that people decided, when it came to their own service delivery or delivery of your products to them, they were equally wanting to invest in that and also to causes that get left out. So that's really wonderful. I'm sort of curious, Tom, as to how many customers there are and how many voted, like how much engagement you got in that process.
Yeah, totally. So overall, we have almost 4,000 customer members at the moment. In this first voting round, we had just over 310 customer members participated in the first vote, which was really exciting because that was more than double the first number that voted in the same process last year. So it was great to see that growth in participation. And yeah, I guess also like last year, the impact budget was a pretty similar process. But this year, the service budget, was a new development. So yeah, it's really interesting to see how our customer members thought, what was really important to them and how we should move forward this year.
Awesome. So where's the process up to at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now we're in our final phase of the budget and there are 2 opportunities for customer members. So the first opportunity relates to, that's just all this is on our website, which we can share the links, I'm sure. But this is just outlining the process for voting and of course, the outcome as well. So in terms of the 2 opportunities right now for customer members, the first is through our service budget, which has about $50,000 allocated to it. There's an opportunity for customer members to share their ideas for how best to improve our services and especially address the cost of living crisis. So we have a short survey, which I've just shared on my screen, which basically asks our customer members what their top idea is for doing this. And it also asks them if they're interested in joining one of our 4 working groups, service priority working groups, which are energy efficiency, digital experience, hardship, or strategies to support customers that are, that are struggling to pay their electricity bill for whatever reason. And the final one is renewable energy. So you can also join one of these working groups. What will happen with this survey when it closes at the end of the month on the 28th of May is all the ideas that our customer members put forward will be included within these 4 working groups. And then in our second and final vote at the start of next month, customer members will allocate the budget for each of these working groups, which will then determine the amount of money that they have to spend for the next 12 months on these activities and ideas that have been put forward by customer members. And and of course, customer members can then join these working groups and participate over the year in terms of how we best improve those services and do something meaningful in terms of the cost of living crisis. So that's the first opportunity that's open currently. the second opportunity is through our impact budget. So let me grab the details for that one. So the impact budget this is a budget for projects that make change in communities, are in line with Co-Power's mission. For example, and this was similar to what we did last year, where customer members voted to support a wide range of amazing projects, like a community-built biodiversity corridor in Melbourne, a solidarity campaign to run by Torres Strait Islanders around sea level rise, strike funds for workers, community renewable energy projects. There was an amazing list. So this impact project application is an opportunity to put forward these ideas again this year, and to share them with all of our customer members. So the way that you can put forward a proposal is, I'll just grab on our website, you can download our impact project application form, which I might just quickly talk through, if that's all right, Molly, because it might just give people a bit of an idea of what's involved. Does that sound good?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, great. So the application form's pretty simple and straightforward. We're asking people to put their an organization's name that they're active in. If it's a really small grassroots initiative, it's okay if it's not a formally registered organization, but we're supporting community and collective action through this bucket of funds. Then a short description of your organization, the website and social media, the description of the project, and then we also ask you to select the objective that most relates to your project. So these, if you look, there's 7 objectives here, and these came out of our budget process last year, where customer members decided that these were the 7 objectives of this impact budget. So yeah, you can read those there, and then we ask you to explain how your project relates to this objective, and also the amount of money you're asking for this year. The top amount will be $10,000, and and then we're also asking you to include the name of customer members that are active in the project. We've suggested that it would be great if at least 3 other customer members are involved in the project, which are those boxes there. And then it's just some basic details and consenting for this to be shared with all the customer members. And the reason for that is what we do is we get all these applications, and then we share them with all our customer members, who then get to vote on them and allocate which projects get funding in our second and final vote next month. So so they're the 2 opportunities right now, and it's open to all customer members, but also if as I mentioned earlier, any household can join our cooperative and switch their electricity and get involved. So would encourage you to do that as well.
That's amazing. And I didn't actually realize before recording this video that you're actually calling out for members to deliver the impact as well. So I can see the huge benefits in people being able to see their collective funds being distributed in the way that they voted for, which is a huge member benefit. But yeah, I didn't realize that you've got both sides of that coin there, that you're really activating people to be doing the action themselves. It's really great.
Yeah, and I guess, I should say the really exciting thing I think about our cooperative is, the customer members that make up it, and who, come forward with ideas and initiatives that, that shape what we do. So I think, throughout this whole process, what we're really trying to do is provide a forum for, for customer members to come together and do the amazing things that they do and amplify that so that we can have a big collective impact. So yeah, absolutely.
And Tom, can I put you on the spot? It seems that as a member, it's quite easy to vote. Like you just go online and you click on a form and you fill it, put in a few sentences, and that's, yeah, it seems quite easy. I imagine on the other side of the coin for you collating that information and processing the data and getting the participatory or democratic budget ready to present to members to vote on is a lot of work. Why are you committed to doing that huge amount of work to make it a really member-run organisation to benefit everyone, I guess?
Yeah, Molly, you're right. It is it's definitely a bit of work, and I should say we have a very passionate team of volunteers who put a lot of time to make this happen. So we obviously thank them for their critical contributions. I mean, the reason that we do this is it's the essence of our cooperative. It's about giving customer members the opportunity to take the power back and to to shape our cooperative. So yeah, we think that when we come together as communities, we can do amazing things. And when people are given the opportunity to collectively participate around the things that are important to them, we can have a huge impact. And I think that's been the story of Co-Power over the last couple of years, growing from just an idea of a small group of people to a collective of 4,000 people across the country. Yeah, and I guess one thing is we all have to have an electricity bill, and yeah, I think there's lots of problems and been some great failures in the way that our electricity has been marketized and run. But yeah, what's exciting is being part of a group of communities that's growing to take action and change that, and to drive some really exciting change in communities, as well as a better service in terms of the electricity that we're getting to our households.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Tom, for your time and for getting behind the scenes with your participatory budget. If anyone is interested in learning more about Co-Power or switching to them, we'll put links in the description of this video. So please follow them and check out their social media channels if you want to see the kind of member benefits. They post really beautiful visuals every time they donate money to different causes, and you can sort of watch the process in action. So I recommend you do that. And thanks so much, Tom, for joining us today.
Great, thank you.
Thanks.